Hey guys, Garrett here, your local INFJ, and I decided to do a video, just a quick video, kind of explaining the last video about ENFP villains.
Oh my god! Attack! Attacking, bitch! Why is she always attacking me?
Because while a lot of the people that watch this channel might already understand what ENFPs are, they might get what the ENFP character would be like, there's probably a good number of people who are like, what is going on? What is this crazy person doing? And I also don't want people to get the impression that all ENFPs are like psychopaths in their own way, maybe. Because actually ENFPs are like, if I had to choose one personality type that would be my favorite, it's ENFP. I'm an INFJ, and if you like break down the ENFP personality type, it's almost like a mirror image of the INFJs, meaning that like we have the same order. We're intuitives first, second we are feelers, third we are thinkers, and then last we are sensors in terms of our cognitive functions. But all of our functions are inverted, meaning they're pointing the opposite ways. So their intuition is outward, it's extroverted. Mine's inward. Their feeling is inward. They internalize their feelings. Mine is outward. INFJs are outwards, meaning that we are concerned and oriented towards the way that the people around us are feeling and the harmony around us. Same thing with thinking. Ours is inward, is INFJs, theirs is outward, is ENFPs, and same thing with sensing. Theirs is inward, ours is outward. So yeah, it's they're mirror images of us, and that's why these two personality types complement each other so well. We get each other, but we also supplement each other, and it's cool to have both those things at the same time. And there's Baltimore happening around me again. So I say all that to say that all ENFPs are not psychopaths. Maybe all ENFPs are psychopaths, but not in the bad way, not in the clinical psychopath definition.
Why are you always attacking me?
ENFPs are oftentimes considered like a very, they're considered a very bubbly personality. They also have a depth that a lot of people don't notice off the bat, where they're actually one of the most introspective extrovert types. So they actually need, the healthy ENFP needs their time alone to reflect. And since their primary function, their primary orientation is intuition, this subconscious pattern detection. Even though it's outward facing, meaning that even though their pattern detection is a detection of possibilities and opportunities, it's still something that they can do when they're alone. So that is why they are an introspective type, even though they're an extrovert. Anyway, you might know some common fictional ENFP villains as like Megamind from played by Will Ferrell in the movie Megamind. And you can kind of get like the cutesy vibe that oftentimes comes from ENFPs, the very like bubbly vibe, the very like fun-loving vibe, but in a villain form.
Oh, I'm shaking in my custom baby seal leather boots.
And so that's what I was kind of trying to portray. They're very like topic to topic, thing to thing. They're not like rigid and organized type people. So you'll often notice them like noticing things as they speak and following that line of conversation, even if it deviates from their original thought. Those are some things I also tried to talk about.
It's just like the little things, you know? Like, listen. It sounds like Like bones.
Since they do have extroverted intuition, they are very good at deducing possibilities, how things might happen. And that's something I'll explore even more in part 2 if I do it. But that is, I guess they would make good psychopaths because they would be able to figure out ways to do psychopathic things. In the video, the character Travis does a really good job figuring out ways that a murder could happen. And since ENFPs have what's called extroverted thinking, it's like the type of thinking that actually gets things done. They're good at figuring out ways to actually act out these possibilities that their intuition spots. So they could actually go through and commit the murder if they so wanted to. So anyway, that's kind of the vibe. They often, since they have introverted feeling, just like INFPs and a few other types, since they have high introverted feeling, they're likely to take things very personally, especially if they're unhealthy. And that's what Travis does in the video. He's like internalizing these things as if they happen to him.
I guess sometimes the world just isn't fair to me.
I guess one of the coolest things about ENFPs, the ENFPs I've known in my life, is that they have this uncanny ability to see the good in all things and all people. And I think that comes from their lack, I don't want to say lack of judging, but their the way that they understand subjectiveness, the way that they understand that everything that we see can be viewed from different angles. And that's, I think, their extroverted intuition that's able to spot that. Like, it doesn't have to just be one way. Just because they're not like you doesn't mean that they're bad. Just because they're not like you, just because they are like you doesn't mean that they're good. That kind of philosophy. So in a healthy ENFP, that will demonstrate itself as like a balanced, fair-minded, open-minded individual. And an unhealthy ENFP, like I saw online, someone referenced Lex Luthor, the DC supervillain, DC comic supervillain, that can represent itself in someone that says, wait a second, like, your principles and morals aren't better than mine. I'm going to cut you down to size.
See, what we call God depends upon our tribe, Clark Joe. Because God is tribal. God takes sides.
Or, you think you're better than us, but you're not. I'm going to cut you down to size.
I figured out way back. If God is all powerful, he cannot be all good. And if he is all good, then he cannot be all powerful. And neither can you be. They need to see the fraud you are.
And so that's what Travis does in the video. So I kind of hope that gives some context to the video. Let me know what you guys think, and let me know if you guys want similar videos in the future, or if there's a way that you want. I'm going to do the videos in the future because it was fun and because I think it got a good reception, but let me know if there's anything that you guys want to see added. I'm open to all ideas, and I look forward to doing part 2, and I look forward to doing more personality types in the future. All right, guys, make sure you like and subscribe so that one day one person might see this video. Peace.
Ooh, have you noticed my wine glass? It's not even like really a wine glass. Like, I love my drinks, but I love these little glasses. I don't like, those actual like wine glasses. Like little bones.